All right. Black Power is the General Suten Seti, and I'm black at y'all ass again with this real fucking talk. Y'all know what it is, KingSeti.com online marketplace. Official General Suten Seti DVDs, t-shirts, hoodies, comedic jewelry, off the chain African jewelry. Get on over there and get you something. You're going to be amazed. KingSeti.com for exclusive live streams by the General. Patreon, General Sarasun Seti. You understand what I'm saying? Lectures, baby. I got lectures and lectures and lectures and live stream. And you can see the General behind the scene live on Patreon. So if you want to see that exclusive lectures from the General, get on over there to Patreon, General Sarasun Seti, and for the greatest treasure chest of African wisdom and knowledge on the planet at this time. When you're talking about all the subjects, behind the scene passes, on the street debates, you understand? You're talking about lectures all over the world. You need the classic Seti, back in the day, advanced Seti, today. You understand what I'm saying? You got over 600 videos and growing, got 200-300 in the chamber, ready to go up as we talking. So you know what I'm saying? By the end of the year, you're gonna have over 1,000 videos. You see what I'm saying? On GeneralSeti.com, Seti University. You need to get on over there. You understand what I'm saying? And become a member today. God damn it, it's gonna be like black Netflix. Motherfucker can't even get up off of that. Please subscribe. You'll see you see the little subscribe button over there in the right-hand corner. If you have not subscribe, hit that notification bell, goddammit, because when the General go live, you ain't gonna want to miss shit. You ain't gonna want to miss shit. You gonna want to hear that ding, 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 and let a motherfucker let you know, nigga, that I'm on there. And like it because you love it, share what you everywhere so these niggas can get some of this information. God damn it, because they're in bad shape and they need it. They need it. All right, today we're going to be dealing with the secret gods of Thanksgiving. Look at this motherfucker. Niggas already got their turkey already in the oven. Motherfucker got the turkey already in the oven. Motherfucker already cooking right now. You understand what I'm saying? Got your little dressing right there on the side. Niggas already got the cranberry sauce. Huh? Got your pumpkin pie and all the little trimmings. Already got that shit right there, ready to go and get drunk and shit and watch the goddamn football game. And you talking about a harvest holiday. And niggas harvest for over 400 years and didn't get nothing. You ain't get goddamn nothing. And you harvesting goddamn America over 400 goddamn years, and you got enough nerve to be, venerating a harvest holiday. You understand what I'm saying? What the hell did you get? You understand what I'm saying? What the hell did you harvest, nigga? You harvested for, the Cro-Magnon man. You know what I'm saying? And so thanks, when they say Thanksgiving, the Cro-Magnon man say, thanks for giving all your goddamn children resources and wealth over to our children. That's what they thanking you for giving. You understand what I'm saying? And so we got to wake up today, and I had to bring this because this is no different than the days of the week or you're venerating European culture. You understand? In totality. It ain't, just you act like, no, they've been doing these harvest holidays. You understand what I'm saying? The one you got today is, got a Christian veil over it, but nonetheless, the pagan symbolisms is still there. You understand what I'm saying? The pagan symbolisms is still there. And we're going to show you today. You know what I'm saying? And, we don't think because we don't know this information. But I'll give you the information and you can go do the research for your goddamn self. You understand what I'm saying? You can go do the research for your goddamn self and I guarantee you that it'll pan out to be the facts. You see what I'm saying? Let me share my screen. I did this on the last video saying niggas, how niggas you got winter holiday. Just how much, just in America. In America alone. United States. You got just the winter holiday. And so who you think holidays that is? Who motherfucking holidays you think that is? That includes Thanksgiving. Even though it's in fall, they consider that a winter holiday. Even though it's harvest, it's the harvest, you know what I'm saying? But goddamn it, if you ain't got that shit out of there by the last Thursday of November, there ain't nothing to harvest. You understand what I'm saying? You harvest at the end of goddamn summer. Goddamn it. So they didn't push it back. You understand? And there's a reason why they pushed it back. You leave some goddamn harvest out there in that field to the last week of November, you're gonna go out there, ain't gonna be nothing but a barren goddamn field. You see what I'm saying? Let me get to my Thanksgiving. Y'all know what y'all spending. Y'all know what you're spending. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna go on right here, and start here. Now, it's crazy because, again, Thanksgiving in veneration of Thor. You understand what I'm saying? Just like we just went over the days of the week. And Thursday is named, and so y'all got to understand that English is a Germanic language. It's a Germanic language. God damn it, where the Vikings and took over Britain, and so they them for a very long time, and that was the dominant culture after the Romans. After the Romans, then the Vikings came in. You see what I'm saying? And so when you're talking about the days of the week, they named after the Viking gods. You see what I'm saying? And so many of the other holidays, they intertwine, you know what I'm saying, with the Roman and the Viking. It's intertwined just like that. You see what I'm saying? You got Saturnalia, and then you got Yuletide. You understand what I'm saying? This is where you get holidays. Now, what you get now, you call them holidays, but they holidays, which is sacred to the Vikings along with mistletoe. You understand what I'm saying? And other evergreen trees. You see what I'm saying? And so, the evergreen tree was, something sacred to the Nordics because of the fact that it was the only, green thing that stayed living during the winter. So it was venerated as a deity or as a symbol of the deity. You see what I'm saying? Now, when you're dealing with Thor, you understand what I'm saying? The oak tree was sacred to Thor, in which we're going to get off into that. You understand what I'm saying? That's why you see, you see that the acorn and the oak leaf is very, is one of the profound symbols of Thanksgiving. And so again, we already just, stating the fact that Thanksgiving is always the last Thursday of November. And we're going to show that November for the Vikings is what they call block month. And block is blood sacrifice. And this is where they sacrifice pigs and cattle to the deities for the harvest. You understand what I'm saying? They had a harvest, and so this is their sacrifice, you know what I'm saying, to those deities. Okay? Now, as you can see right there in the hammer of Thor, you see, which I'm going to show you even more profoundly, the oak leaf and the acorn. You see what I'm saying? Which, your little kids, y'all know y'all had them little, where you do when you do your little artwork and shit, you have your little crafts, your little Thanksgiving craft, which You get a leaf and you put your name on that shit, and then they put that shit out there on the wall, and you have little leaves and acorns all up and down the wall. So you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get off into the veneration of that. You see what I'm saying? We're also gonna be looking at the cornucopia, the horn of plenty, which we ain't got plenty of nothing. So we goddamn it, I don't know what we fucking talking about, the horn of plenty, and we ain't got plenty nothing. You understand what I'm saying? When we looked in our goddamn cornucopia, that motherfucker was empty. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker, the cornucopia is supposed to be endless, fruits and vegetables, eternal. It ain't shit coming out ours. So we got to get Thor's oak tree, which they call Donna's oak tree. Then you got Almathea, which is a goat, which is, was also in connection with the cornucopia. You got Ceres and Demeter, the Greco-Roman goddesses of the harvest. Then you got Saturn, who is also a god. And we're dealing with the last Thursday of November, which is the block month. And so they could call it Block Manat, blood month, okay? And which is was the Anglo-Saxon name for the month of November. Okay then. Okay, the name was recorded by the Anglo-Saxon scholar Beatty in his treatise, and said, and it says that for it was in this month that the cattle which were to be slaughtered were dedicated to the gods. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It was dedicated to the gods. So this was a blood month, okay? And it speaks about an Anglo-Saxon poem about the month, explaining that this month is called Novembrus in Latin, and in our language, the month of sacrifice, because our forefathers, when they were heathens, always sacrificed in this month, that they took and devoted to their idols the cattle which they wish to offer. Okay? So I just want y'all to know that. And so I focus strictly on the Vikings because they the dominant culture of what you want to call the English America, because the first immigrants, thieves and shit that came to this land came from Britain. Okay, and they brought all that Germanic shit with them. And that English is a Germanic language. We must be clear about that. It is a Germanic language. Okay, look it up. So, motherfucker be talking about Hitler, this, that, and the third. These are this motherfucker cousins. You see what I'm saying? These is motherfucker cousins, and they brought all this shit over here with them. Okay, so, and so, again, we acknowledging not only so the God that they most venerated above all others was Thor and Odin. You know what I'm saying? Those were the most venerated of all the deities. And Odin's mother, Frigga. That's their holy trinity. You see what I'm saying? So you understand why they put it on Thor's day. Thursday, Thor's day of November, which is the blood month, where they give their sacrifices to these deities. So you see right here, blood manat, a blot of thanksgiving and sacrifice. And so you see the man right there putting the goddamn, he about to crack the goddamn pig on the head, about to crack it. You understand what I'm saying? So blood manat in Beatty's recognition of time was the month falling around November in which burnt offerings were made in the month in which cattle were slaughtered. Well, we don't have the cattle to slaughter, so why not make some votive cattle? For this ritual, I made a large bull out of, and so this is one, that come after the fact. I'm not going to read all that. You know what I'm saying? They getting back off into, they ancient rituals, and they ain't ancient, but they getting off into the older rituals of the Cro-Magnon man. You see what I'm saying? And so many times when you see the white and red of Santa, that's the blood and the snow. You understand what I'm saying? They're using all of that You understand what I'm saying? Because y'all don't recognize that in many instances, what you call Santa Claus is nothing but Thor and Odin. In many respects, they mixed in. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Many times Thor was shown red. You know, out of all the gods, he was shown to be red beard, red hair, because that's symbolic of fire. And it's also symbolic of blood. And I'm gonna show you, you know what I'm saying? And what's her name? I think it's Elizabeth Bathory. You see, Thor is in Bathory. And she was one of the was the most, had more she was the greatest mass murderer of all time, as an individual. No, I can't even say that. You know what I'm saying? But she was drinking on some motherfuckers. I tell you that. She was taking baths in motherfuckers' blood. You know what I'm saying? And so you see again, you see the white, the snow, and then you see the blood, which is symbolic of the sacrifices. And so that's where you get, white and red during, you'll see the red, and then it's other shit that I don't want, which is sexual deviance that is also in that. And I had to do that at a different time. So you see right there, Elizabeth Bathory. And you see Thor is in there. You understand what I'm saying? And you see she out there, she taking baths in bitches' blood. She done killed enough bitches over the years. They say she done killed damn near 700 motherfuckers. Bathing and drinking and shit. This, that, and the third. So you talking about a true vampire. Nah, this is who they call Saint Boniface. You understand what I'm saying? And while they, the Germans and a lot of them was still into they Nordic worship. The tree right there, which is called Thor's tree, was a sacred tree to them. You see what I'm saying? And so Boniface, which was they call him Saint Boniface, which was a monk or a monk, I think a Catholic monk. He went over there and cut the shit down. You know what I'm saying? To bring an end to what they call paganism. You see, and with the oak tree, and it is an oak tree. You see what I'm saying? Dedicated to Thor, and they would get around. You can see right there, they got the ram out there. You already know. You understand? Sacrificing, in front of the tree, having all type of rituals and shit. So he had to go, he went over there and cut it down for Catholicism. You see what I'm saying? And so you see right there, and they going crazy. They like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's sacred to them. You see? Sacred to them. Now, you see, with Thor, you see in Thor and many of his symbolism, you see the oak leaf. You see the oak leaves all in there. You see? And so that's symbolic of the Thor's oak, which was very sacred unto the Viking people until this old Saint Boniface cut it down. And two of the symbols, the greatest symbols of Thanksgiving, is the oak leaf and the oak acorn. So right there, and I'm gonna show you even more. You see right here. Now this come, first school. This is just crafts, preschool activities and crafts. You see right there, it says, "Did you know only birds have feathers?" And in this craft, my feathered tail, talking about the turkey. I am a turkey, an American bird. It says in the craft, my feathered tail is oak leaves from the oak tree. You see what I'm saying? The oak was voted America's favorite tree. Okay? And listen here. My head is shaped like an acorn. Okay? The nut and seed of the oak tree. You see what I'm saying? Of the oak tree. We dealing with Thanksgiving today, y'all. Y'all gonna get a motherfucking rude awakening. And so when you come back, you see again, even though it looks like some type of a jewelry chest or something, something to hold something in. You see again the hammer of Thor, and you see the oak leaf. You see? And so, I've already showed you this one. You understand what? But you can see it even better because this is, some clip art for Thanksgiving, and here over here, and then you see the swastika too, which is nothing because the swastika is far more ancient than, or the Gramadan is far more ancient than some goddamn Hitler. You know what I'm saying? So you see here again the hammer Thor, you see the acorn, and you see the oak leaf. And many of them, you see right there, you see the hammer, you see the oak leaf, and you see the oak leaf and the oak acorn right there on many of their chains. Again, showing you the oak tree inside of the hammer of Thor. You see? I got to show you this shit. Let me see how I'm looking out there. It's looking good. Okay. All right, just make sure the pictures is coming. Nah, for those out there, them is the runes. They do that shit where they throw the runes and shit, and they do some shaman shit, this, that, and the third with the runes. So you see right there, the runes is on the acorn. You know what I'm saying? And so when you see out here doing the fall and shit, and you see them out there playing in the trees and in the leaves, and then you come in and you come into the school and you see the leaves all over, then they still into the Viking worship. Okay? Wait a minute. So I'm going to get off in there drinking from the devil's horn because, we're going to get off to when we talking about the cornucopia. You understand what I'm saying? Because Capricorn, when you talk about the cornucopia, that's a goat horn. That's what it is. He's drinking, the horn of plenty is a goat horn. They try to confuse you today because they use wicker baskets and shit, this, that, and the third. But the original cornucopia is a goat's horn. So when you see cornucopia, you got to understand Capricorn is all related to the goat. And I'll be doing that just to show you the goat veneration. You understand what I'm saying? The Baphomet, the Lucifer, the Krampus. Who's riding in the goat in Freemasonry? Pan. You understand what I'm saying? The Seder. You understand? Almathea with Zeus and this, that, and the third. So you see how profound, and so you see right here, cornucopia. You understand what I'm saying? You see cornucopia, which is also connected to the goat, Capricorn and goddamn cornucopia. So when you talk about the Capricorn, you see that December 22nd to January 19th, which includes the solstice, the winter solstice and the white man's new year, even though ain't no new year in the dead of winter. How you gonna get something new in the dead of winter? That right there don't make no goddamn sense. So you see right there that the solstice and the new year is under the rule of the goat, Capricorn, Pan. More, and you see Saturn and Pan run side by side because Saturn, when you look at Saturn and Pan, that's just like looking at St. Nicholas and Krampus, which is actually, a more updated version of that same duo. You see Saturn, what they call Father Time. You understand what I'm saying? And so when you talk about Santa Claus, which is nothing, again, he's a version of Thor and Odin, but he's also a version of Saturn. You see what I'm saying? He's also a version of Saturn. You see what I'm saying? And so when it says he knows what you're thinking, he knows when you're awake, he knows when you're asleep, he knows when you're awake. He knows that means he's the master of time. You understand what I'm saying? That means he's the master of time. He knows if you've been bad or good, goddamn it, so be good. He sees all things and he's the master of time. You understand what I'm saying? Past, present, and the future. If he knows what you're thinking, he knows when you're awake, he knows when you're asleep, he knows everything. So this is a God. And so you got to understand he's a combination of Saturn, Thor, and Odin. You see? And so again, when you're looking at the cornucopia, you see right here these goat, drinking gourds and shit. And you see the Baphomet in the back. You see what I'm saying? And so you see this ancient Caucasoid worship is still being carried on right within Thanksgiving and Christmas, because all of that shit is really one holiday. Different days, but really one season, and they venerate it in many respects in the same way. You see what I'm saying? And so now let's deal with Almathea. Now, who is Almathea? Now, Almathea, when we talking about the birth of Zeus, and we're talking about Zeus. So you see right there in Thanksgiving, you also, not only do you have Thor, you know what I'm saying, with the acorn, with the oak tree and the oak leaf and the oak acorn, and the fact that, you know what I'm saying, that Thanksgiving is on the last Thursday of November. We understand that in Rome, that the day before, before it became anglicized and it became Thor, was the day of Jupiter, which is Zeus. Okay, when you talk about Rome, Jupiter is the Roman counterpart of Zeus. Okay, so you see right there that, you talk, Thor is Zeus. The god of lightning and shit, this, that, and the third. That's who he is. Okay, so when you speak of Thanksgiving, you're also talking about Zeus. Now, when Zeus was a child, his father, Kronos, which just happened to be Saturn, which, you know what I'm saying? Saturn is the Roman version, where Kronos is the Greek version. You see what I'm saying? And so, he had to flee. He had to flee from his father. You see what I'm saying? And, and his father had eaten up all his siblings. And Zeus was the only one that lived. And so he was carried off to Crete. He had to flee. And so that's, when you look at, his mother, when it was time to give baby Zeus over to Cronus to be eaten, she wrapped a rock in swaddling. And so when you look at the images of her handing the rock over in a it looked just like Jesus in the swaddling, as a little child, as a child, when they wrap him in swaddling cloth. You see what I'm saying? And so you can see, and so just like Jesus had to flee Herod and went into Egypt, Zeus had to flee Kronos and go into Crete. And so, Almathea was a suckling nurse, even though she's a goat. She's a divine creature. You understand what I'm saying? And she could give endless milk to Zeus. You see what I'm saying? Now, as it's explained, it says right here, mythology offers multiple explanations of the origin of the cornucopia. One of the best known involves the birth and nutrients of the infant Zeus. Okay, nurturance of the infant Zeus, who had to be hidden from his devouring father, Kronos, in a cave on Mount Etna on the island of Crete. And that's crazy when you go into the books, the lost books of the Bible. It speaks that Jesus had to flee into a cave. And when you go into Bethlehem to the Church of the Nativity, you will see in the basement that it's a cave where they put their little lights and shit. So you see right there, it's like step for step, the same goddamn story. Baby Zeus was cared for and protected by a number of divine attendants, including the goat Almathea, the nourishing goddess, who fed him with her milk. The suckling future king of the gods had unusual abilities and strength, and in playing with his nursemaid, accidentally broke off one of her horns, which then had the divine powers to provide unending nourishment as the foster mother had to the god. So you see down there, he's drinking, and he probably got a little Cupid over there with him. And this one over here, you can see him drinking directly from the horn. And this way you get the horn of plenty. But it ain't no goddamn horn of plenty for us. We harvested and shit and this, that, and the third, and we ain't got nothing to thank nobody for giving because we didn't get shit. You understand what I'm saying? We didn't get a goddamn thing for all the shit we planted. Again, nymphs tended Zeus. From the horns of the goat flowed ambrosia and nectar. Ambrosia, the food and drink of the gods. Zeus grew rapidly and strove out of the cave as a new god, stronger than Kronos. Okay? And not only that, just to show you see Zeus and then you see Odin over there. Now they also had a goat. You understand what I'm saying? They had a goat too. And you see right there, the goat is referred to as Hydrun. Hydrun, Heidrun. You see what I'm saying? And so you see here, according to Norse mythology, the principal god, Odin, houses the noblest of fallen soldiers in his massive banquet hall, Valhalla, on top of which a giant goat, brimming with beer, named Hydrun, is perched. At each daybreak, these warriors hone their battle skills by fighting on the Asgard plain in preparation for the final contest against Ragnarok, the Norse apocalypse. Fingers, hands, and even heads may be sacrificed during the fighting, but at nightfall, their bodies will reassemble and an endless supply of beer and food is offered to all. Hydrun sits atop Valhalla, nibbling on branches from the Norse tree of life. Now, I don't know if it's an oak, but it is a tree, and awaiting the dead, with others full of frothy brew, eager to flow down into Valhalla's bottomless tub. So, from others, the damn beer just flow in the tub, and them motherfuckers go over there with they horns, because they drink out of horns too. And they just keep filling endless goddamn beer. Okay? Asgard's Viking maid, the Valkyrie, served the fallen soldiers beer after beer in reward for their hard day's work. So you see, that's the damn goat right there. You see what I'm saying? So again, that's symbolic. And you see right there to the left, that's the tub right there. You know what I'm saying? That they collect the beer in. You see? And so you see how step and step. And so these is the Vikings drink from the horn like Zeus drunk from the goat's horn. So they got all type of horns. They might not always be goat horns, but they'll be cattle or whatever type of, whatever they, but it got to be cattle. You understand? A goat or something of that nature. And you see right here how they drinking, and you see right there Odin. So he, this is another, version of the Zeus. And so you see him right here on Thanksgiving. That's why motherfuckers get drunk and shit. And this is a continuation of that. This is a continuation of that. You could go to and you see that motherfucker got him a margarita and shit, little turkey with the margarita. And so you see over here to the top, that's Thor. And he can outdrink giants. So these was a bunch of lush heads. You understand? And they was taking mushrooms and all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And so again, but as we didn't just dealt with Thor, we didn't just dealt with Odin, we didn't dealt with Zeus, Almathea, Hydra, which is the goat of Asgard. Now we're dealing with Ceres, and Demeter, which is the Greek and Roman goddesses of the harvest. And so Ceres is where you get cereal. And you know what I'm saying? And and so that's where you get cereal. So you're talking about grain. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about the grain when it was harvested. And so you see right there with Ceres, you see right there the cornucopia. You know what I'm saying? Here again, you see Demeter, you see the cornucopia, and what you see coming out, you see wheat. And you see here Ceres, you see the wheat in her hand. She's the god, these are the goddesses of harvest. So in the cornucopia, you also still Greco-Roman Nordic worship. So I don't want you talking about the pilgrims. Yeah, the pilgrims is the last shit. You know what I'm saying? That when you looking at all the symbolism, all of that shit come before the goddamn pilgrim. The pilgrims is just a veil over that to make you think that they just picked a day. This is because, they survived America. Yeah, but they already had harvest holidays and deities and symbols that they brought right along with them, and they continue. Even the corn. You know what I'm saying? They say the Indians, goddamn it, the corn was already venerated with Ceres and with Demeter. Now, here it is with Saturn. You see right there, who was also a god, a harvest god. You see him with the sickle many times. And I'm going to show you as we move through these holidays, I'm going to break this shit down to show you Jesus is nothing but a Saturn. He's right in there with them gods. He usurped a lot of their characteristics. You understand what I'm saying? There's no goddamn doubt about it. They in denial because they didn't ever think that goddamn they would be exposed like that. But the Catholic Church knew it because they didn't try to destroy none of that shit. They just masked it over, believing that they was going to get more followers, but they never tried to destroy it no damn way. You see what I'm saying? So you see right there, you see Saturn, and you see how he connected with Capricorn, because the ruling planet of Capricorn is Saturn. It's Saturn, which they call Father Time. In fucking what's that shit? With a fucking what's that crazy bah humbug? Ebenezer Scrooge. That's the Ghost of Christmas Past. You understand what I'm saying? The Ghost of Christmas Past and shit. You see him out there with the hood on and every motherfucking thing. So again, you see Saturn right there with the cornucopia, because he's also the god of harvest. You see, and so you go in here and you got all these goddamn skulls and cattle skulls. That shit looked at as some type of demonic shit. You know what I'm saying? You get to seeing all type of cattle skulls and goddamn, goat skulls and shit. Nigga, it's time to break wide. It's time to get the fuck up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? And so, again, you looking at how, the other, with the Celtics and shit, they had their horn god. And so this is a continuation of that. You understand what I'm saying? This is a continuation of that. Him die. You see him blowing? What is he blowing? He blowing a horn. You understand what I'm saying? He blowing the goddamn goat horn or the cattle horn. So this is the cornucopia. This is where and the drinking and shit and this, that, and this is the extension of their culture. And so when you talking about and you break down the symbolisms of what it is, this shit is Greco-Roman, Nordic culture, every aspect of it. The part about the pilgrims ain't got shit to do with it. You understand what I'm saying? Because every symbol that they using are already predated symbols that already belong to other harvest holidays. That's why it's no goddamn coincidence. You see what I'm saying? Let me see. I don't see the oh, here it is up here. You see what I'm saying? And so you see right here, this is what I wanted to show the family. You see Happy Thanksgiving, horn of plenty. You see right there, you see the pumpkin, you see what you see. You see the cereal grain, the corn. You understand what I'm saying? Symbolizing never ending nourishment. We ain't got shit. What is we got the right to? Motherfucker ain't got no 40 acres, no mule, no nothing. You understand what I'm saying? And what little we got, we won't even self-repair our own community. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to continue to give over our wealth, economic wealth, and spiritual wealth over to these motherfuckers. And the same people, and as I break this shit down and show motherfuckers, and they supposed to be Christians. You understand what I'm saying? And they have all these symbolisms on their goddamn in their house, and you know what I'm saying? And they swear to God that they believe in one God. And I can tell you just by the days and the weeks. You calling on Thor, Odin, and Frigga, and T-Wise for Tuesday. You calling on and you supposed to be a monothesis? You're unconscious polytheist, unconsciously polytheist, and you don't understand that. And how many other cultures that This ain't got shit to do with Christianity. This ain't got shit to do with Islam or Judaism or none of that. You understand what I'm saying? So all of them are liars when they say that they're monotheistic, that they follow nothing but the book. That's a goddamn lie. They are partaking in other deities, rituals, and ceremonies, whether they know it or not. And so I had to explain. And so the thing is, what's even greater than that is the sacrifice. And the sacrifice is the economic sacrifice of giving over the wealth and resources that we got right now, especially during these holidays, these holidays. They call them holidays for the Nordics, but they holidays for the niggas. And I got to get on this holiday niggerism, because that's one of the greatest sicknesses that we got behind the chronic crackatosis, behind the severe niggeritis, behind the goddamn kundaria, then you got the holiday niggerisms. You understand what I'm saying? And so we got a lot of goddamn diseases. We got to get some vaccines out here. We need some vaccines for these motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? And so we come down here again, and the apple, Pomona. You understand what I'm saying? Which was in Halloween. I'll make that connection, because the fall holidays, you might as well connect the fall to winter. And so many of the symbolisms is the same. So you see, Pomona was the goddess of orchards and fruit, orchards, and so this is where you get to during Halloween, where you bobbing for the apple. That's the goddess Pomona. You see what I'm saying? We got to deal with this shit. So the symbolism is European ancient. It ain't African ancient. You know what I'm saying? It ain't, I don't even give them, they can't even be ancient. You understand what I'm saying? But within the last old Caucasian. You know what I'm saying? And so you see, because most of the time they want to show you a wicker basket. And and they put some bread up there and shit. And so you lose the concept that it's a goat home. You know what I'm saying? So again, we go back to Zeus, we go back to Jupiter, we go back to Saturn. You understand what I'm saying? We go back to Almathea, Pan. We go back to Capricorn, Cornucopia. Is both the goat. You understand what I'm saying? Both the goat. And so today, that's why you got the Freemason. Who's riding the goat? You understand what I'm saying? You got the Baphomet. You got the goddamn the Luciferian worship of the goat. Satanism and shit. And so we got to quit playing with this shit. You know what I'm saying? And so this is the brain of where. Go do the fucking research. Don't believe it? Go do the motherfucking research. And I guarantee you that it's going to pan out. Now, before we get out of here, what I will do is to go back to how much motherfucking money, and again, we just deal with her. We dealt with Thor, and which is Thursday, and I went through that, and I don't need to go through that again. You know what I'm saying? Go back and deal with the days of the week. But I wanted to get up here to show family this goddamn this pillage. This is sacrifice. You understand what I'm saying? This is sacrifice. Winter holidays. That's crazy. That's crazy numbers right there. 626 billion. You understand what I'm saying? Shit, that's almost $1 trillion. You understand what I'm saying? That's almost $1 trillion. You understand what I'm saying? Just in the winter holidays. You understand what I'm saying? And so you ain't got, and Easter, you got 16.4 billion. Super Bowl. Goddamn 15 point, goddamn the Super Bowl is a holiday. We holiday niggas. You understand what I'm saying? Father's Day, Halloween, St. Patrick's Day. You even see these silly ass niggas out here with green leprechaun suits on and shit and this, that. I mean, straight pillaging of the mind. The African mind has been pillaged, straight up pillaged. You understand what I'm saying? Straight up pillaged. Niggas show up for every holiday niggerism, holiday holocaust. And so when motherfuckers talking about African liberation, I know the holidays is the first place you got to start. Because when you start rebelling against the holidays, you rebelling against that Caucasian religion. You're rebelling against the economic pillage. You really focusing on some major factors of your existence and your being. When you saying, God damn it, I'm not fucking with the holidays, that means you purifying, you detoxing the spirituality, you detoxing and purifying your economics, and them is the two of the major aspects of your being. You understand? Your divinity, your black divinity, gonna make you stand up. When you saying that now black power and black divinity is the operating system of my brain computer, goddamn it, then that in order for that to be so, you got to see them goddamn numbers up there with some African kings and queen holidays and shit, and all that money coming back to black people. Now, all of that is not black people, that's the totality. But you can already understand if that's America, and you talking about 626 billion is being spent in America just on the goddamn, that shit crazy. That's crazy numbers, man. I got to look that up. Is that the world or is that goddamn? It can't be the world because it would have to be far larger than that. You understand what I'm saying? Them crazy numbers. Them is crazy numbers. So you could just see just trillions of dollars on holiday. Trillions, not billions, not even millions, not even billions. You talking about trillions of motherfucking dollars on all this pagan shit. That's straight spiritual economic pillage, especially for people that don't even come from them cultural backgrounds. That's insane. So I don't want to hear nothing about no motherfucker. This is like, boom. This is like one of the key factors where I zoom in on. Because I know, and you just take this shit and I know niggas have to, you have to ease, and you don't have to, on some of them, you ain't got to ease off. Nigga, you just got to say, this is as far as I'm going with this shit. I'm not, fuck Thor, fuck Santa Claus, St. Nicholas, Krampus, the goat, all that shit. You have to throw the symbolisms away. You understand what I'm saying? And even the time of the year, you understand what we venerating in the goddamn dead of winter, talking about New Year and this, that, and the new day start at goddamn midnight at night. Everything is at night. No sunlight or nothing. You understand what I'm saying? That show you right there that your world is, and that's what, when I was talking about the Feast of Fools, which, was the medieval Christmas holiday that lasted into the New Year, where they had the Lord of Misrule, and the world was upside down. And that's really what the fuck is, they didn't turn the world upside down when the new year started in the dead of winter, and the goddamn new day started in the dead of night. You understand? Your motherfucking world is upside down. We supposed to be venerating in the summer. And matter of fact, we don't even supposed to be up here fucking dealing with this winter shit. That's a reality of life. Well, how the fuck did we get up here when you say, damn, winter? How the fuck is this a part of our reality? And that alone to take you back to slavery. Like, damn, nigga, you was brought here against your motherfucking will. Ain't nobody gonna tell me that a motherfucker gonna leave paradise to come fuck around in some goddamn icebergs and shit. This, that, and the third. That shit ain't what, if you came over here, you made a mistake. You understand? You tried to get the fuck back to where you was going or go south where it was warm. You understand what I'm saying? So, family, this is sacrifice. And the more every day, we say Thor's and Wednesday. What day is Wednesday? Nigga, you venerate Woden, Odin, every day, every fucking week. Every fuck when you gonna pay me, dog? I'm gonna pay you Thursday, dog. When you gonna get that bag, dog? I'm gonna get that bag on Wednesday, dog. Just think of how many times you venerate these gods and don't venerate nothing of your own culture. And then you continue not only on the day, they control the months where you calling on Roman gods. And so that's when I'm talking about Saturn, because he's Father Time. He controls the wheel. That's why he said, I know, he knows what you're thinking. He knows when you're awake. He knows when you're asleep. He knows when you're awake, because he run the economy. He control the clock. He know when your ass is asleep. He know when you're awake, because your ass is in that field, nigga. When that goddamn sun is up, your ass is in that field. He know where your ass is at all time. You understand what I'm saying? If you work for that motherfucker, he didn't know. He already know where you supposed to be, unless he fire your bitch ass, and then he still know where you at, nigga. You're out there, nigga, doing nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So they control reality. He who controls time controls reality. That's just fact. And so this motherfucker, by controlling all the dynamics of economics and shit, and he already know, nigga, what it take for you to survive. He know that you got to be here for a certain amount of time, and that's reality. He controls the reality. You know what I'm saying? And so, goddamn it, that's not liberation. We got to destroy this shit. Only ain't no trying to piecemeal this shit and and put a veil over reality. No, this shit must be destroyed. We must control the wheel of our and time sequence of our own reality. We cannot live in this man's reality where he controls time, the days of the week, the month, the year, and all the holidays within. He done already gauged motherfuckers. From your job to your holidays, you understand? He done already laid out reality. You doing all of this, and he know. And by him looking at them numbers, he know where your mind is at, because all of them is spiritual pillars. So you learned that shit from the religion. So as long as the religion is continuing to teach this garbage, they ain't teaching the parishioners or their congregation or their church to be economically responsible for their community. They sit on the motherfucking corners while the goddamn communities is falling down, and they still in there worshiping a goddamn God that ain't done a motherfucking thing for the community. They ass should be lynched. They should be lynched for doing that shit, because they the ones because the religion is sending niggas to the holidays. So again, that when you start attacking that, you're attacking the church, the enemy's religion. You attacking his false deities that come, and pillaged our ancestors and committed genocide on our ancestors. And then you taking back your economic. You understand what I'm saying? That's gonna uplift in your community. We're talking about self-reparations, y'all. Yes, fight for what is owed us, but we may never get that. You understand? But what we can do, we can take what is in our hands today and practice black power, pushing their ass up out the community, because this community is holy of holies. You understand what I'm saying? Let me talk before I get out of here. You understand? A man's community is the whole, wherever he at on the planet, that's his holy of holies. The businesses, the schools, and and everything that's a part of that nucleus. That's the community. That's sacred. You should never see nowhere on the planet should another man allow any foreigner to come into his nucleus and control the fucking businesses. This is pillaging. This is war. This is open warfare on the motherfucker. Anybody in the church ain't talking about that. I seen in Detroit motherfucking liquor stores right fucking next door to the church. I thought that was illegal. But if the preacher man signed off on it, it's okay. So I done seen liquor stores right next door. I say, what kind of shit is this? Yeah, this motherfuckers creeping out the goddamn church, going over getting blunts and shit and Hennessy and shit out in the goddamn parking lot, blazing and goddamn drinking while the motherfucking reverend in there talking that bullshit about Jesus. You understand what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. And so these motherfuckers open up the way for pillaging the community. You understand what I'm saying? Instead of coming together, you understand these niggas all divided. Ain't none of this shit belong is a part of their original culture. But then we all split up within the enemy shit in all these different denominations, not even able to come together as one, organization to say, you know what, we gonna change this shit around. Black people that gave us, billions of dollars, possibly trillions of dollars. And so, we could at least uplift and build the community up and get grocery stores and shit. That shit that they could have done and still, have money to, live like kings. They turned their back on the goddamn community in totality. Turned their back and then gave and signed off on the other motherfuckers to come in and pillage the community. You understand what I'm saying? So family, we got to get up out of this shit. You understand? There's only one way out. That way. You understand what I'm saying? Not rearranging the goddamn chairs on a sinking ship. That's not gonna happen. You need your own ship. This motherfucker the bow is up under the water. And you rearranging the goddamn chairs on the ship, not knowing it's time to bail off of this motherfucker, which Garvey told us to do. So the first aspect in ending this is, looking at this right here and just in breaking down the symbolism and saying, I'm not venerating shit. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not venerating none of that. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna start saying Wednesday, also, better known in my African tongue as Amen Ra, or anything, just to give power, criminally Thor, the criminally renamed, original day of Amen Ra. You understand what I'm saying? To let myself know I'm not giving you no veneration. I'm not calling your motherfucking name in no form of veneration and then coming over here with economic sacrifice to pillage my own community, spiritually and economically, and pillage my family and myself. You understand what I'm saying? Let's self-repair, family. Quit begging these motherfucking Cro-Magnon Neanderthals for shit they will not do, and repair your own spirit, mind, and community starting out today. We way late in doing this. All right, family, y'all know what it is. KingSeti.com online marketplace. Get with me. Got a lot of fly products. You're going to be amazed at what I got on King Seti. GeneralSeti.com, Seti University. Got over 600, close to 700 of lectures and videos on the site. Is a treasure chest of African wisdom, of behind the scenes Seti, debates, street debates, lectures all over the world, all subjects included. Check me out. And for the family that want an exclusive live stream from the General, get over to Patreon, General Sarasu Seti. Subscribe. The subscribe button is right down there on the right end of this video. Hit that notification button because you want to be in the house, nigga, when I go live, because Seti Live is lit. Like it. Give it a thumbs up because you love it, and share it with the family because they need this information. This is the General Sarasu Seti saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.